Hello to all traders on the NeuroTrade channel. Let's talk about greed. It's a loaded word, isn't it? People think it's all bad, but in the world of Wall Street, greed is everywhere. You can't escape it. Greed is that intense desire for more money, bigger profits, another winning stock. It's the fuel that makes the market go round. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning, ready to hunt for the next big opportunity. It's the voice in your head that says, don't just settle for a small gain, go for the home run. You have to understand this force if you want to make real money. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to be a greedy monster, but you need to recognize that a little bit of greed is just ambition with a bad haircut. It's what separates the players from the spectators. The spectators are happy with their little savings account interest. The players, they want to crush the market. They want to find that undiscovered gem of a company before anyone else does. That desire, that hunger for a massive win, is a form of greed. And honestly, without it, you might as well put your money under your mattress because you'll never have the guts to make the big moves. Think of it like this. Greed is the accelerator pedal in your trading car. When you see a green light, a great earnings report, a new product launch, a sector that's on fire, you need to step on the gas. You can't be timid. You can't be afraid. That little bit of greed gives you the confidence to put your capital to work. It helps you take calculated risks that can lead to life-changing returns. It's about wanting to win, and wanting to win big. Without that drive, you'll always be stuck in the slow lane watching everyone else speed past you on the highway to wealth. So is greed good? It's not that simple. It's a tool, a powerful, dangerous tool. Like a chainsaw, it can help you build a beautiful house or it can cut your leg off. The key is knowing when to use it and when to put it back in the shed. It's about harnessing that energy, that desire for more, and pointing it in the right direction. It's about wanting to make money, but not letting that want cloud your judgment. Understanding this difference is the first step to becoming a successful investor. It's the foundation for everything. Booyah! Okay, let's get to the fun part. When does greed actually put money in your pocket? It happens more often than you think. Imagine you did your homework on a small tech company. You know their product is a game changer. The stock is trading at $10. Your gut, your research, everything is screaming, buy, buy, buy. A cautious investor might buy 100 shares, but the greedy investor, the one who smells blood in the water, might buy 1,000 shares. They are willing to take a bigger risk because they see a bigger reward. They want it all. Fast forward 6 months. The company announces a huge partnership. The stock doesn't just go up, it explodes. It rockets to $50, then $80, then $100 a share. The cautious investor made a nice profit, sure. Good for them. But the greedy investor, they just made a fortune. They hit the jackpot. That's greed working for you. It's about having the conviction to go big when you know you're right. It's about not being satisfied with crumbs when there's a whole cake sitting on the table. You have to be willing to take a larger slice. Here's another example. Let's say a stock you own has already doubled. Most people would get scared. They'd say, time to sell and lock in my profits. Their fear of losing what they've gained takes over. But the greedy trader thinks differently. They look at the company's fundamentals and see that the growth story is just beginning. They think, why sell now? This thing could double again, so they hold on. They might even buy more on the way up. This is called letting your winners run, and it's a classic strategy fueled by a healthy dose of greed. This is the kind of greed that builds dynasties. It's the greed that turns a small-time trader into a Wall Street legend. It's about maximizing your gains. When you have a winning horse, you don't get off after the first lap. You ride it all the way to the finish line. This requires courage. It requires ignoring the nervous Nellies who are always afraid of heights. Sometimes, to make the big bucks, you have to have a little bit of that pirate spirit. You see the treasure and you go for it with everything you've got. Now, we have to talk about the dark side, because that same greed that can make you rich can also leave you with nothing. It's a double-edged sword, and the other side is razor sharp. Greed makes you blind. It makes you ignore red flags. It whispers sweet nothings in your ear, telling you, this time is different. Let me tell you something, it's never different. Greed makes you hold on to a losing stock for way too long, hoping it will come back. You average down, buying more as the price drops, throwing good money after bad. Your small loss turns into a catastrophic one. I've seen it 1,000,000 times. A trader gets a hot tip on some penny stock. They don't do any homework. They just hear it's going to the moon. Greed takes over. They don't just invest what they can afford to lose, they bet the farm. They take out a loan, they use their retirement money, they go all in. For a day or two, it might even work. The stock goes up, and they feel like a genius. But then, the bubble pops. The stock plummets 90% in a single day. Their dreams of a quick fortune evaporate, leaving them with devastating losses. That's greed in its ugliest form. Another classic greed-fueled mistake is overtrading. You have a few winning trades and you start to feel invincible. You think you have the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold, so you start trading more and more, making impulsive decisions, chasing every little market wiggle. You're not investing anymore, you're gambling. The commissions eat you alive and your luck eventually runs out. You start making sloppy mistakes, breaking your own rules, all because greed is telling you that you need to be in the action constantly. It's a quick way to burn through your capital. The story is always the same. Greed makes you forget rule number 1. Don't lose money. It makes you chase risky, speculative plays instead of investing in solid, high-quality companies. It makes you use too much leverage, magnifying not only your potential gains but also your potential losses. It turns a disciplined investor into a reckless gambler. It's a house of cards. It looks impressive for a moment, but one small gust of wind, one bad market day, and the whole thing comes crashing down around you. Your portfolio gets wiped out. Don't let that be you. So, how do you control this beast? How do you use greed's power without getting burned? It all comes down to discipline and having a plan. You must, I repeat, you must do your homework. Never buy a stock just because someone told you to. Know the company, understand its business, and believe in its long-term prospects. Your research is your armor. It protects you from making emotional decisions based on hype and greed. When you know why you own something, you're less likely to panic sell or greedily hold on too long. Second, you need to set rules for yourself before you even enter a trade. Decide on your exit points. At what price will you take profits? This is crucial. Maybe you decide to sell half of your position after it doubles. That way you lock in a gain and are playing with the house's money. Also, and this is even more important, you must have a stop loss. At what price will you admit you were wrong and sell to cut your losses? Greed will tell you to hold on, but your discipline must be stronger. A small, manageable loss is always better than a wipeout. Another practical tip is to keep a trading journal. Write down every trade you make. Why did you buy it? What was your plan? How did it turn out? This forces you to be accountable. When you look back at your journal, you'll see your patterns. You'll see the times when greed got the best of you and cost you money. It's a powerful tool for learning from your mistakes and not repeating them. It's like watching game film. You see what you did wrong so you can fix it for the next game. Never stop learning. Ultimately, successful trading is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about finding balance. You need enough ambition, enough greed to take smart risks, but enough discipline to protect yourself from your own worst instincts. It's not about hitting a home run on every trade. It's about getting base hits consistently, avoiding big strikeouts, and staying in the game for the long haul. Tame the greedy beast inside you. Make it work for you, not against you. Trade with your head, have a plan, and for goodness sake, do your homework. Like this video so that more people can see it. Subscribe to the NeuroTrade channel and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Thank you for being with us. Until the next video, goodbye.
Follow us in NeuroTrade channel.